Hey, what is up, guys? Your boy Ed from Let's Beach. You already know. Today I'm going to be doing a profile for Virtual World SwordSoul. I think that it's a deck that has a lot of potential and a lot of people are really enjoying to play. I'm going to show you guys the two cards that I originally played in this deck, or that we originally, sat down and deck build with, which was YuGiOh and Protos. But now that these cards are banned, we're going to go ahead and show you guys what we replaced them with and what the deck is looking like right now. I'm going to show you guys a small combo as well, so make sure you guys stick around for that at the end. Let's go ahead and get into it. So if you guys notice that my sleeves are all different, it's because I'm currently not playing this deck, and I didn't have any sleeves to re-sleeve this deck right now, but we're going to go show you guys some of the different parts of this deck, and they're going to be in certain sleeves because that's the deck that they're in. Starting off with Virtual World, of course. We play the 3 Lulu because Lulu's still the best Virtual World monster in this deck, besides old boy Lily, right? Lulu can get you, it's basically a Rhoda besides the Foolish Burial, just like all the other Virtual World monsters, of course, Foolish. After that, you play 3 GGs because, GG's really good. It helps you up with the follow-up. You can add the Lulu to the hand on end phase. It's actually really, really good. We're going to go ahead and continue. Play the 3 Lily. I think that besides Lulu, Lily is the best monster in this deck. Lily is going to be your double Foolish Burial. So if you need to be able to send a trap in a spell, this is the monster that's going to help you. After that, these are a bunch of one-offs. You play Lao Lao one-off. You play Yan Yan one-off. And Tutu one-off. It's actually really, really good. This is a super good lineup. The reason why we don't play more of the Lao Lao or Yan Yan, because in other situations you would play like 2 Yan Yan and like 3 Lao Lao. But in here, it's just because you want to see more of the SwordSoul monsters too, and you don't want to just see a hand of too many of these and then like none of the other ones, or too many of the other ones and none of these, right? We're going to go ahead and continue with the spells. Of course, we play 3 Qing Long. Qing Long super good. You want to be able to Foolish this as soon as possible so you can Rhoda and search and add whatever you are needing in your hand. Of course, Qing Long is still one of the best cards in this deck because it allows you to activate any one spell or trap to the field without it necessarily being, a brick. We're going to go ahead and continue. And then one Shuang Lu. And of course, Doa Chuche. This is actually really, really good ratio for these, even in like regular Virtual Worlds, because these are some of the cards that actually allow you to be able to clear the board. So like if you already have this and they set up something and then you have this still on your turn, you can just pop any monster. It allows you to even clear boards when you activate this to have this, and then you get 2 banished, and then you just pop whatever you need to get rid of, right? But yeah, these are all the Virtual World cards. We're going to go ahead and continue to, of course, now the SwordSoul monsters, all the SwordSoul cards, I'm sorry. For the SwordSoul, it's really not too many cards, but you already know you got to play Double Ecclesia. Ecclesia being the best going second card in this deck because you can just ensure that you have this in hand. You special summon it if your opponent controls monsters, of course. The crazy thing about SwordSoul Moyi is that, or any of the SwordSoul monsters, is they can reveal any one SwordSoul card in the hand. So this one, or reveal a worm, right? So that's super good, super crazy, because most of the ones over here, like, okay, so GG, Lily, and Tutu are all worm monsters, and they can all be revealed and or discarded if you have this in hand. Same thing with Long Yang. You can discard any one worm monster from your hand besides it being a SwordSoul card. And then Taiye, yet again, banish a SwordSoul or worm type card, which also can be a Virtual World monster, which is actually really, really cool. Continuing with the rest of the cards, we played 3 Emergence and 1 Summit. Summit's so good because if you don't open up enough cards, so where you just have too many SwordSoul cards and you discard something that you might need, you can just activate this and then special summon back something from the graveyard, of course, because when you activate this, you discard something that you might need, and then it's not this, and then you synchro summon, you activate this, you can literally special summon any one worm from the graveyard. It doesn't necessarily have to be a SwordSoul monster, of course. And these are all the ratios that you would play for SwordSoul monsters in the main deck. Before I continue, some of the stuff that literally has changed in this deck, from recently, because I was gonna make this video before the ban list dropped, and then the ban list dropped and it kind of just shaked everything up, and we had to kind of figure out what it is that I wanted to show you guys. So YuGiOh, of course, banned, and then Protoss banned. Protoss was a card that easily got replaced. So for Protoss, the card that we used to replace it with was, of course, the third E-Telly, because E-Telly is just such a good card that all you need to do is just open up one of these and you have the virtual world target, of course. So the one Protoss got replaced with the one E-Telly, and then the order literally got cut, and we just took it out of the deck. We were playing 42 in this main deck, and we just trimmed it down to 41. So the main ratios, I mean the main deck count is going to be 41. Continued with 2 Ash, 3 Ogre, and of course 2 Ogre, 3 Imperm. These are the only hand traps that we play in the deck here. And then these are the cards that we side in. Of course, for Token Collector, you can activate this. And then, so it's like activate Token Collector, chain this, special summon this, Token Collector effect, Ogre that. And then you get rid of the Ogre, of course. The tokens do go away, but the Ogre, at least it's out of the way. So if you need to continue using token summonings, of course you can. 3 Imperms are too good. For this meta, I don't think that Imperm is going to be a card that we're going to continue playing too much of, but we're going to go ahead and try our best to see what we can switch it out to with later. For the extra deck is next. Continuing with the extra deck, of course. So most of these monsters are going to be monsters that you're going to use for virtual world. As you guys can tell, the SwordSoul package is actually really, really small, and it's just there to be able to just continue making a bigger board. For the first couple of monsters you play, SwordSoul related, of course. Virtual World related, of course. This is Break Sword, and it's something that you already play in Virtual World either way. Of course, Beatrice being so good, because if you side deck Token Collector, and then if you go first on the next game or whatever the situation is, right, you can, with Beatrice and the Token Collector, and then just Token Collector your opponent if that's the situation. You got to play 1 Fan, and you got to play 1 M7, of course. And on top of all that, you play 1 Zeus, because the Zeus literally helps you just be able to, like, break a board if you need to. Like, if you don't want to commit too much and you just want to Zeus, you definitely can. That's actually a really, really good, it's a really strong play to make. Continuing with just 1 Stardust Charger, 1 Coral Dragon, 1, this one's Shen, right? Shen, Vermilion, Sulkin, Crystal Wing, of course. These are all the monsters that I would normally consider to be quote-unquote virtual world monsters, of course. These are all staples. If you're already playing virtual world, these are staples, and you should have these. You should already be playing these. Continuing on with the only 4 cards that you play that are quote-unquote SwordSoul, of course. It's 1 Yazi, because Yazi is just such a good card. 1 Baxia, because Baxia helps you just break boards, and it's so good. Continuing with the 1 Shishao and the 1 Baron. Of course, I think that one of the things that you guys got to keep in mind is that if you are able to SwordSoul combo first, do so. Because if you SwordSoul combo first, you can make this for sure, and then you just go on with the rest of your turn, and then you have negates, and then they can't stop your virtual world cards. But sorry about that, I had to yawn really hard. But if you would have started off with virtual world cards maybe first, and then you don't necessarily need to normal summon virtual world anyway, but if you start off with virtual world stuff instead of this, you might get stopped there. And I feel like these are just better because you have the Imperm, and then you have the Omni Negate, of course, right? But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. There is not going to be a side deck, because this is a deck that we're currently not playing at locals anymore. We kindly just put it up for a while. We were playing it at locals and test playing for like the last 2 weeks. The deck does really well. The deck has a tendency to lose if you hit it accordingly. If you hit it where it might be Nib or an Imperm, right? The deck is really, really good. It's super strong, but it still has a tendency to lose, just like every other deck, right? This is not a perfect deck. This is a really, really fun deck to play, but I don't know. This is what we got so far, and I'm gonna show you guys a couple of the combos that we've learned as playing Virtual World. All right, so I've shuffled up the deck a little bit. As you guys can tell, it's all mixed up. But I'm just gonna do random 5 cards first. From my understanding is that you wanna, it's actually a really good hand. You want a full combo with SwordSoul first to be able to then combo off with your with your Virtual World cards. But let's go ahead and see what happens here. We're gonna go ahead and normal summon Moyi's effect. We're gonna go ahead and reveal your worm, which is gonna get you your token. We're gonna go ahead and synchro. YuGiOh, chain link 1, chain link 2 Moyi. So at this point, you literally just draw, shuffling my deck so you guys can see that it's actually all like random, just random card. Okay, 2/2. 2/2's been added to my hand. YuGiOh's effect. We're gonna go ahead and add emergence. We're gonna activate emergence effect. We're gonna go ahead and search Long Young. It's actually really good that I drew 2/2. Not gonna lie. We're gonna do Long Young's effect in hand. Discard 2/2. Special summon itself. Special summon token. Synchro with himself and the token. Bring out Baron, of course. So now we have 2 monsters on the field, and I feel like we've comboed completely off. Don't forget the effect of Long Young, so burn for 12. It's actually a really good combo so far. You're gonna activate Queen Long activating of course, oh bad boy. Wrong card. Wrong card. What a scrub. I almost made a scrub move. We're gonna activate Chuche to the board. Activating Chuche, I'm gonna do it all the way over here so it's not in the way. We're gonna do Lily targeting Chuche. We're gonna go ahead and send, of course, Queen Long to the graveyard. Where's Queen Long? Queen Long's right there. Queen Long to the grave. Special summon out Gigi. Don't forget that we gotta do that ad at the end. We're gonna banish Queen Long. We're gonna search Lulu here, of course, and then we're gonna go ahead and discard Shangwu. Okay, cool. We're gonna activate Lulu targeting Chuche. We're gonna send a follow-up Queen Long to the grave, and then we're gonna go ahead and special summon Lulu and then add Lily to hand. There you go. Okay, so not bad so far. At this point, the deck can legit be as freestyle as possible as you need it to be. In situations like this, most of the time we would want to increase the level of some of these or whatever, right? So we're gonna do Lily targeting, we're gonna target the monsters. So we're gonna go ahead and send Chuche, and we're gonna send, I guess, Capital to the graveyard. Because the thing is that, so this is where the combo's at right now. The next thing that I want to do is that I want to go ahead and synchro here. I'm thinking we should make Coral Dragon here, and if we do that, we're gonna go ahead and synchro both of these. We want to be able to draw a card so that we can set right now, so we can make Crystal Wing. So we draw 1 for Coral Dragon, and we drew Emergency Teleport. Soulkin's effect, special summon out, of course, Crystal Wing. And then, so the crazy thing is that we still have, of course, a Homegrow here in hand. And then we have Crystal Wing, we have Baron, we have YuGiOh on board. Of course, we have a special summon on my next turn, and then we have a pop. We can end up modifying levels or banishing or special summoning, whatever. We can still banish this, the special summon out, whatever it is that you guys are looking for, just so you can have 2 live. So if you want to special summon out anything like, you know, Lily, or even, of course, your Gigi. In situations like this, I would recommend you guys to summon out something with like a bigger booty, like Homegrow right here. I mean, like, the thing is that you only have 1 card in hand. In situations like that, I would recommend you guys, if you had more cards in hand, of course, to summon out 2/2, and if you did, you would summon out 2/2 with her own effect, or summon out something else with this, and then like that you could have like made Shen here. But the thing is that we didn't have another card in hand. We only have 1 to discard for whatever we're going to special summon. And don't do Lulu, because you're going to want to add Lulu back to your hand or whatever, and then end phase Lulu as back to hand. But this is pretty solid. I'm not going to complain about this. You literally ended on a Crystal Wing and whatnot, right? But the thing is that we needed to set this for the Crystal Wing. If not, I would have activated it, summoned out another tuner or whatever monster from deck, so a Lulu or something, and then made a Shen here, of course. But you needed to set the quick play it needed to be done. Let me know what you guys think. I think this deck is super cool. The combo is literally not linear at all. This is literally a freestyle deck. Alex and I were talking about it for a good minute, and we were all like, man, we should we should talk about a combo, do a combo. But the thing is that the deck is so freestyle that it literally depends on what you draw or whatnot. I think it's cool that I just mixed up a bunch of cards from different decks and different colors here, because I'm like I don't even know what the heck I'm gonna draw next. All I know is the green is Virtual World. But thank you guys all for watching. This was Ed from League TV. If you have any questions over this combo, if you have any questions over anything that has to do with the deck at all whatsoever, make sure you comment it down below. See you guys on the next video.